Hi, I'm Dr. Julie Brown. I am a character-trained concussion doctor and board-certified chiropractic neurologist. Today, I want to talk about some new technology that I have in my office, and it's going to be about far infrared light. So, first of all, one of the papers I'm going to be referring to is called The Possible Role of Molecular Vibration in Intracellular Signaling. So this is how we think this product works. When I say we, it's not me, it's not my company, but the science world in general. So when we talk about cells, there's electrons and protons that makes up everything, and they all have a vibration. If we have 30 electrons and protons over here and 15 over here, they're going to have different vibrations to them. So understanding that very basic concept, there is a guy named Dr. Albert Way. He's not a medical doctor. He actually worked, I believe, in the gas company arena. He discovered that human cells actually vibrate at a 3 to 16 micron frequency, and that's at the inside of the cell, like the Golgi apparatus, really in their mitochondria, that type of thing. And with that, but this paper talks about how proteins on the outside of a cell, for example, have a certain vibration to them. And the chemical signal that's coming in also has a vibration that matches that frequency, and that's what stimulates the cascade to happen once that protein is stimulated. So, for example, healthy cells and tumor cells are very different. They have different resonance to them. They use Cossack's resonant recognition model, and they can see the difference between healthy cells and tumor cells. So this far infrared is in the wavelength that is appropriate for human cells and repair, and actually horses and dogs as well, because they actually have a bunch of pads for these animals, and they are responding well to it. Another idea is that smell, for example. Smell is considered to be a vibration, and maybe it's not really a chemical docking on the receptors in the nose, but it's the vibration of it, and that goes and stimulates that. This is what this smell means. This is just one of their ideas in this paper. So with that, they have created a product. Gladiator Therapeutics is the name of the company, and they've created this product where it's ceramic, and they mine certain minerals. I'm not 100% sure which ones they are, and they cook it into ceramic, because ceramic has far infrared qualities to it. And they create these little ceramic pieces, which I will show here in the video. And they put it into silicone. This one is a face mask. As you can see, I can wear it. I can sleep in it. If I had a concussion, for example, or skin healing properties, maybe that I wanted to try and see if I can stimulate, I could do this. But it's silicone, and it's really flimsy. It's not plastic. And if I go to the side, you can see how it's flat on one side, and then you got the nodule on the other side. And it's this little nodule here. It's not very big. It's about the size of you can see in the photo, it's just like the size of my finger here. And you wear it as often and as long as you want. You can wear it 24/7, and it's not going to create heat. The problem with other light therapies, I have a red laser and an infrared laser in my office. The body can only take a little amount of it, because it heats up the tissue, and we don't necessarily want that to happen because it will degrade the proteins. This far infrared, you can sleep in it, wear it as often as you want. With that, they've created different apparatus so that you can wear it that frequently. So part of what it does is, again, that far infrared is able to penetrate into the cell. Once it does that, it gives that cell energy to do what it needs to do. It also breaks down water molecules in the blood from small clusters so that it can penetrate the cells. So that water really wants to spin, and it can get into the cells better using this far infrared. It will increase blood flow and overall circulation, which is going to increase the nutrient delivery to the tissue and get rid of waste products. This is ultimately what's going to decrease inflammation, increase healing, and decrease pain. But here's some of the cool things. I got involved in this because Dr. Carrick, who is my mentor, he has a lab in Central Florida University, and he has his own mouse lab. And Gladiator Therapeutics came to him to ask if he could do some research and see what happens. So one of the two that I'm going to talk about was on wound healing. They wounded these mice. These mice lived in cages that had these ceramic blankets that surrounded it. And so the mice just lived in these cages. And what they found is that the healing was happening way faster than was happening in the mice that were not in the cage with the ceramic. And also, once they sacrificed these mice, they were able to see that there was new growth in there as well. It was so impressive that the DoD reached out to Dr. Carrick to come present on it at their yearly meeting, because they want to use it in the military, in healing when in combat, and out in, in the field where they can't get to a hospital. So that starts with wound healing right away. The other paper is about Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease is degeneration in the brainstem, and then it goes up to the cortex, and it happens in the dopamine area. And it's the mitochondria ultimately in that dopamine that is not working as well. It's degenerating. So with the mouse model, they have a wild mouse, a Parkinson's mouse, and then they treated a Parkinson's mouse. And again, they just lived in the cages. And one of the functional tests that they do is have these mice walk on this roller like a human would be on a log in the water. And the wild mouse stayed on, the Parkinson's mouse fell off, and the treated Parkinson's mouse stayed on. Almost, in the video I've seen, almost better than this wild Parkinson's mouse. Then they go and they sacrifice the mice, and they're able to look at different parts of the brain, and they were kind of blown away because there was new neuronal growth, which is unheard of. We don't have any medicines, any other therapies that can help stimulate neuronal growth. So if the disease is in the upper brainstem for Parkinson's and in the mitochondria, and we're able to help that and stimulate neurons, it could make that disease process less torturous than it already is. So anyway, if you're interested, it's Gladiator Therapeutics. I think it's awesome. I've been, sleeping with mine every night, not necessarily on my face. I put it, wherever. I have slept with it on my face, but sometimes I wake up with it. Anyway, I have it with me when I can. And I'm feeling great. I'm having patients use it. If you're interested, Gladiator Therapeutics, they have a little bit on their website, but you're also welcome to message me. All right, take care.